D, wait for it, delightful.
Check out the name tag. You're in my world now, Grandma.
What's up, nerds? So today I am going to be bringing you my top 10 shows of 2022. Now, before I get started, I want to say a couple things. And the first thing is that if my list is not your list and you didn't like any of these shows, or your show didn't make my list, that's totally okay. Put your list down below and tell me what you guys, had. And like I said before, if there was a show that you really loved and you want to tell me about it, go ahead and leave it in the comments section. But this is just my top 10 favorite shows of 2022. And some didn't make the list, but not because I didn't want them to make the list. For instance, Dahmer. Dahmer didn't make the list, but I've heard nothing but good things about it. But it only made the list because I hadn't watched it yet. I can't put a show on here that I haven't watched, or at least a couple of episodes. So yeah, that's my whole thoughts on that. I wish I could put Dahmer on here, but it didn't make the list. So sorry about that, but I didn't have a chance to watch it yet. It's my wife's fault. She watched it before. She watched it without me, and then by the time I was ready to sit down and watch, she was already on like episode 6, which is like the sad episode, and I'm all like, well, thanks for waiting. So I just went and watched Wednesday without her. Anyways, okay, let's get to my list of the best shows. But before I do, I just want to say that if you like what I do here and you enjoy independent content here on YouTube, please consider subscribing to my channel. YouTube is always changing up their algorithm, and small channels like mine, we always get shoved to the back of the line. So please ask that you like, share, and subscribe, and I thank you in advance. All right, now that we got that out of the way, why don't we go ahead and get started on this top 10 list of my favorite shows. All right, so coming in at number 10 is Star Trek Strange New Worlds. Now, even though I didn't care for the season finale, and I don't really like that all things lead to Burnham, because I do not like Star Trek Discovery. I think it's terrible. Well, the first 2 seasons weren't overwhelmingly bad. They just weren't that great. So season 1 I liked season 1. It doesn't matter. Anyways, so Strange New Worlds, I wish they would have started out with this one. They would have started out with this show instead of Star Trek Discovery and then Picard, because this show is a lot better. It's not the best, but it's better than what we've got so far. And I really wish that they would have started out with this show, because and not had it lead to all things lead to Burnham, because Star Trek Discovery really sucks. And this show I think was pretty good. They have some things I don't care for in this show. But like I said before, it's pretty good. All right, so coming in at number 9 is Wednesday. Now, listen, I wanted to do a review of this. I might still do a review of season 1, and if I have time. I just got to find some times. There are some things that I didn't like about this show. It seems a little woke-ish. They try to hit a buzzword every single episode, which kind of was annoying. But overall, I did like the show. I thought the figuring out who the bad guy was way too simple. I guessed it within the first 2 episodes of who the bad guy was. Originally I thought I knew who the Hyde was. Like, I guessed one person, and then when it was revealed that the one person, the person couldn't be the Hyde, I guessed who it was right after that. Like, it was like boom boom, like within 2 to 2.5 episodes, I guessed who it was. Motivations wise, I didn't guess, but I guessed who the bad guys was. But I liked, Jenna Ortega. I had some questions on whether or not she was a good actress. And I'll tell you right now, because she was in Scream, and I didn't think she was that great in Scream. But this one, I really thought she was great. I love the dancing scene, the sequence where she's all, dancing and doing her little weird dance and everything. But I love that she created that dance, and she used some inspiration from the little girl that did the dance in the black and white television show. And then there's a great story that she tells online about how when she auditioned for the show, she was in her, when she was in the movie X, she was in, because she gets shot in the face, she was in her prosthetics and she did like a Zoom call with Tim Burton. And when he saw that she had her prosthetics on, he laughed and everything. So I thought that was a great story, and I thought that it was really fun. And I think the show, I'm hoping that it's going to get a season 2 because it's doing really great on Netflix. But I did like this show, and I really think that I think that season 2 could be better. I think they're just waiting for people to sign some contracts and stuff. All right, so moving on to number 8 is the show From. I really liked this show. It was a little weird, but I love it. It's about this family, and they're driving down the road, and they get stuck in this little town that they can't get out of. And at nighttime, these creatures come out, and they've got these big teeth, and they're all like, they look human, but then they're not. And if you lock yourself into your home, they can't get in. They just can't come in to your house. You have to leave a window open or a door open and then they can come in, and then they eat you. But you can't escape the town. And so there's one guy that's been there for the longest time. And then they find this cave with drawings in it. It's so weird. And they don't explain exactly what's going down because I believe it's gotten a season 2. But I really liked it a lot. It was weird and I liked it. But yeah, so that was, if you get a chance to check out From, go ahead and do it. All right, so coming in at number 7 is Stranger Things with its season 4. Now, I have to be honest with you, Stranger Things season 4 started with part 1, real solid. I really liked part 1. Part 2, not so much. It was a 4-hour movie, which could have been condensed into 2 hours because I really like the season finale. I felt like wasn't as solid as the part 1. Part 1 was really solid with like when the people fly up in there and then they're all like and everything, and then and I liked the characters a lot better than in season 3. I liked the bad guy. The bad guy was great. The reveal of who it was, it was just really fun. And Vector, I liked it. I liked season 4. I thought it was good. I didn't like that it's like they mix the 2 realms together of our world and the Upside Down, but I am excited to see what season 5, which is the last season, where they'll take it and what'll happen. All right, so coming in at number 6, it's Tales of the Jedi. I really liked this show. I felt like season 1 or episode 1 could not have been there. The one where Ahsoka Tano is like a little baby and had the little saber-toothed tiger thing, and the old lady's all like, you have to trust yourself or some crap like that. I don't remember what she said, but I really liked this show. I liked the insight into Dooku and how he slowly changed over time. It just wasn't a flip of the thing, a snap of the fingers. But I also, one thing I always questioned, and somebody had brought it up on Twitter, or maybe a bunch of people did. Okay, so Yaddle, right? So Yaddle is the same species as Yoda. So I'm all like, the whole time you're thinking that his whole species talks like, do not. For what you can do it is, or whatever he says. I don't know how he talks like that, but Yaddle talk like a normal person. So I'm all like, so Yoda's talking in his weird goblin language for no reason. He's talking in his Mixel-Plixel voice for no reason. I'm like, what's going on here with Yoda? Yoda's a little weirdo, but I love it. I love it. So good. But I really liked the show. It's great. There was that Sith user guy that we only got like 2 seconds of him when he fought Ahsoka. But that was great, but I wish I would have known more about him, kind of thing. Also, it was just, the show is really good, and I really hope it gets to season 2 and we get to see more stories of Jedi. And I hope it doesn't have to deal with like the main people of like I don't want to see Ahsoka anymore. Although for her live action, I do want to see that. I love Ahsoka, but I'm all like, can we not show Ahsoka anymore in these animated shows? I mean, she's been in pretty much every animated project so far. I don't think she's been in the Bad Batch, but I can't remember. She might have been in the Bad Batch, to be honest with you. I can't remember. But we'll see. I just want her to take a break from Ahsoka in the animated world. But this show is definitely good. All right, coming to number 5, the Terminal List. I'm sorry. I know there's a lot of hate around Chris Pratt, but this show was good. I mean, that rock slide or mudslide thing that he did, and then that one agent, she's all like not breathing, so he started rubbing her chest like this, which is a thing. They do that because it really hurts a lot when you rub the sternum. Is that what this is? When you rub that, right? So then people have a tendency to wake up, because it hurts. It's like when you do the smelling salts thing, and then people like, and everything, because it really wakes you up. But anyways, but I liked that, and I just love the whole like when he was talking, like the stuff that he's imagining. I'm like, is this all this stuff fake? Is this real? What's real? What's fake? What's going on here? Loved it. So good. I think it's gotten a green light for season 2. I'll be watching it. So good. All right, coming in at number 4, The Gilded Age. I really like this show. I personally like history. I like learning about all this stuff, but I love New York in this time period. I just think I mean, I would have found it boring because it was like a lot of writing letters and stuff, but I thought it was really fun. The acting is top notch. It's fashion. The fashion is fantastic. Somebody told me it's like fashion porn, and I was like, it's so true because even though I wouldn't wear that crap, but I think they look beautiful. The actresses are great. The actors are great. Everybody's great. I love the show. I love it so much. This also is getting a season 2. Can't wait for season 2. All right. So coming in, now we're down to the top 3. Coming in at number 3, Reacher. I love this show. Now, I had read quite a few of the books. I think I read from 1 to 10 of the books, and I really like the books. And this season 1 really, like, from page to screen, really did a good job. I really liked it a lot. I love Alan Richardson. What a little hottie patati, if you get what I'm saying. But I loved him as Reacher. I know Tom Cruise did those movies, and the first movie wasn't too bad. It's just when you think of Reacher, you don't think Tom Cruise. But Alan Richardson does such a great job, and I really liked this show, and I can't wait for season 2. They're filming season 2, or maybe they're done by the time of this recording, but I cannot wait for season 2. I'm quite excited about it. All right, so coming in number 2 is Peacemaker. James Gunn. I loved this show. James Gunn did a great job, and that's why I have faith that he'll be able to do the DCU now that he's taken over, because I really love this show. I think John Cena does a great job in this show. My only problem with this show, in comparison, in part to James Gunn, is he has a habit of doing these aliens that take over human bodies. For instance, he did in this one with the butterflies. They climbed in your mouth and they took over your body, and then and then you were a butterfly. And then also in the Suicide Squad, he did Starro, where the stars lashed onto your face and they took over your body. And then if you go back, he did Slither, where those little worm things climb into your body and they take over your body. So personally, I don't want James Gunn to keep falling back on that trope, because it's just not fun. It's not funny. It's not fun anymore. But I do have faith that he can do the DCU and the reboot, and really do a great job of running that whole franchise. Peacemaker, though. Great acting, great effects, great story. I love that the Justice League showed up at the end. I just really liked it a lot. It was a great show. Go watch it if you get a chance to. And then finally, coming in at number 1 is House of the Dragon. I love this show. You guys do not have any idea how great they did a job of taking stories from the books, because in the books you get 2 or 3 versions of a story, and you don't know which one to believe, because some of it comes from this little court jester guy, Mushroom, and then you get some from a Septon and everything. You get different stories, and you're like, well, which one's true? And this show told you this story was true. Although Princess Reina, screw you. You had a chance to kill off the Greens and you didn't do it. And now there's a whole war, and you're like, I didn't start this war. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna start this war. And I'm all like, yeah, but you have a chance to end it, hooker face, and you didn't take it. You have no problem killing all these little plebs and peasants by crushing with your dragon, but you have a problem with burning up this little redheaded biatch trying to take over, trying to kill your family. I'm like, I don't get your motivations, but whatever. And then the acting was great. Paddy Constantine, I mean, as of right now, it doesn't look like he's going to get nominated for any awards, and that's a shame. He should get nominated, because if he doesn't, that's insane. He did a great job of King Aegon. Yeah, I don't remember. It doesn't matter. He did a great job. Everybody does a great job. The aging up of the actresses, I personally didn't care for, because I thought the younger actresses did a good job. But what are you gonna do? I love this show. I can't wait for season 2, where we get the Dance of the Dragons. It's gonna be so good. Matt Smith. What I thought they did a crappy job, because I don't think Matt Smith is that good looking, but they did a great job with Matt Smith. He knocked it out of the park. He chewed up that scenery like nobody's business, and I was here for it. I'm like, yeah, bring it to me. All right, you guys. So that is my top 10 favorite shows of 2022. What were your guys' favorite shows of 2022? Did you like anything? Did you not like stuff? Give me your top 10 or your top 3, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just your number 1. What was your favorite show of the year? Tell me what you guys think. Go ahead and leave all your comments in that section down below. If you like this video, go and hit that like button. You know, I won't mind. If you're new to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. I'd greatly appreciate it. And I will see you guys on my next video. You guys have a good day. Bye.